Multiple law enforcement agencies met in Terre Haute this morning to practice active shooter training. But this time they've added something a little different. News 10's Patsy Kelly spent the day learning what's new.
It's a scary situation to be in.
193, shoot her down, shoot her down.
Hearing shots fired as you're going about your daily business. But it's something law enforcement deals with all too frequently. Terre Haute Police Assistant Chief Sean Keene says they're used to dealing with the initial suspect in a shooter scenario. But now they've realized one part of their training isn't up to par, so they're working to remedy that.
But we're going beyond just dealing with the initial suspect. Now we're also focusing on what happens once that part of the situation is resolved. We're looking at triage, evacuation, and we're focusing more on that, which is where we've in the past deemed that training maybe isn't quite as sufficient.
They want to focus on what happens once the shooter is no longer a threat.
You know, what we're going to have to deal with as far as getting injured out, evacuations, perimeter control, and crowd control in those situations. Not just dealing with the initial threat, but also everything that's going to correspond to that. All the events, it would involve a lot of people, a lot of agencies, different members.
And they decided the best way to accomplish this is to train with other law enforcement agencies in the area.
We started looking at this realistically, and realistically, a response to an active shooter, it's not going to be one agency or the other. It's going to be whoever's closest, because every second counts. And we realized right away that the problems that can result from not training together.
Training together made them realize they all have different methods, but that's something they can fix. Training together also made them realize they all have one thing in common.
Respective, of whatever your different policy is, our goal is all the same, and that's to protect people and get everyone out safely and get those who are injured treated as quickly as possible.
In Terre Haute with Chief Photojournalist Mike Latta, Patsy Kelly, News 10.
Chief Keene says they hope to expand their training. They'd like to include fire departments, EMS, and the school corporation. Also today, Terre Haute area hospitals trained on how to prepare and respond to violence. They want to make sure they're able to handle emergency situations.